Hello YouTube and welcome back to I Am Boat. Before we get into it, please subscribe, it helps out the channel. Anyways, it's 1902. Filthy rich businessman by the name of J.P. Morgan starts the International Mercantile Marine Company, or IMM for short. The purpose of the IMM is to buy Atlantic shipping companies so they can monopolize the Atlantic trade. In return, the companies can stop wasting money competing. Cunard sees a threat that the IMM poses to the Atlantic trade, as the IMM plans to monopolize the Atlantic trade. So Cunard goes to the British government and requests a few pounds to build 2 new liners. The British government agrees under one condition. These liners must serve as armed merchant cruisers in the event of a war. The first of the 2, named Lusitania, is launched in 1906. Having launched the first British 4-stacker, Cunard had a lot to be proud about. Now, it was almost time to launch Mauretania. Mauretania had a gross registered tonnage of 31,938, a length of 790 feet, beam of 88 feet, draft of 33 feet, and a depth of 33 feet. She would be powered by steam turbine engines. Those turbines powering 4 3-bladed propellers, making a top speed of 25 knots. She could carry 2,165 passengers and 802 crew. Her keel is laid down in 1904 at the Scottish John Brown Shipbuilding Company in Clydebank, Scotland. She would then be launched in 1906, being completed by 1907 and sailing her maiden voyage the same year. This is Lusitania, the fastest ship in the world. But not for long, here comes Mauretania, who now has the blue ribbon. But wait a minute, no, Lusitania would take the blue ribbon from her. But wait a minute, Mauretania had something to say about it, and she would snatch the blue ribbon out of Lusitania's anchors. And then Lusitania stole the blue ribbon again. The 2 ships would keep fighting for the blue ribbon until Mauretania took it once and for all in 1909. 5 years later, some Austro-Hungarian dude who's probably not important gets shot in the head, and now the world is at war. Mauretania is converted into a troop ship for the war effort. In 1915, when casualties soared in the Gallipoli campaign, Mauretania served as a hospital ship from 1915 to 1916. And then after that, throughout 1917 to 1918, Mauretania served as a troop ship again, transporting American troops to the front lines. And with World War I ending in 1918, Mauretania was converted back into an ocean liner. This included reinstalling her interiors, of which I will show now. Mauretania re-entered service as an ocean liner in 1920. The Roaring Twenties were a pretty good time to be the Mauretania. Unfortunately, she started to grow outdated around 1929. Well, at least she was still the fastest ship afloat, right? Well, not for long. That same year, Germany's Bremen takes the blue ribbon after 20 years of Mauretania being the fastest ship in the world. In 1930, Cunard Line puts Mauretania into cruising service, painting her hull white. And finally, in 1935, the RMS Mauretania was scrapped next to her rival Olympic after 28 years of service.